My life has really changed.
In what way?
I remember back, oh gosh, like 20 years ago, I was spending time with the Lord, and the Lord told me that He was going to use me to break generational curses. Now,
Wow.
at that time, I had no idea really what that meant. And I actually went to a couple people at my church. They just looked at me like I had two heads. So that's one of the things that we worked on, like some generational stuff, Freemasonry stuff. So that really, really helped me.
And you don't understand when you join that stuff what you're tying a knot with, what you're coming into agreement with. But it really does open a door for the enemy to play havoc in your life. The really good rewards come with pressing in and with running into your fear and saying, you can't stop me, just running into it. And then it's like a balloon, it just sort of depletes and falls down. But we're so afraid to run that direction in the beginning. We're all like little mice, right? When He says He has a good plan for you, it's what you were talking about. Jeremiah 29:11. It's not going to be a plan that's going to bring sorrow. It may be a challenge, but it's not going to bring sorrow. It's going to be a good plan. And it's going to be more than you can ever think or imagine. Hi, everybody. This is Bridging Realms with Melody Pash, and I'm Melody Pash. And this is my team member, Jill.
Hi,
Jill.
How are you?
And we have a special guest today. We have my favorite Eileen.
Hello.
Eileen Parker. We love Eileen. Tell us about yourself. And she's got some experiences, and we're going to talk about lots of things, but I'm going to let her tell you how she got here and all of that. So just tell us a little about yourself.
Okay, my name is Eileen, and I got here. I've always wanted a mentor. All my life, I've been looking for someone to disciple me because I wanted someone to be accountable to and someone that could help someone that was more mature in a relationship with the Lord that could help me to have a better relationship with the Lord. So a few years ago, about 4 years ago, I was watching Rachel Ham on YouTube. I had been watching her for about a year, and she had her mentor on. Her mentor, Melody, was on. And just the whole interaction they had was so intimate, and it really, really blessed me. I just was drawn to just to the interaction they had. And so she said that Melody will be having openings for more mentees. So what I did was I contacted Melody. First, I had a reading first. So
a prophetic reading?
A prophetic reading, yes.
Okay. And did that turn out good? Was that a good
Yeah,
one?
it was really, really good. It really
Every
resonated.
Word from God is good, isn't it?
Yeah, it really, really resonated with me. And yeah, and actually my daughter had a phone call mentoring first. And then that resonated with her. So I went ahead and got had a session.
Well,
So
we're
really
so
good.
glad you did. And did you have to apply? Because you have to apply and do an interview, don't you? Did you do the interview? Did you go through the interview?
I don't recall. Doing. Okay, I can't recall.
Usually we do an interview. So you probably applied, and then we got on the phone. And because I like to get people on the phone and ask this question.
Okay.
What do you hope to get out of mentoring? And what was your answer?
Okay. Well, my answer was again to have someone that had me to be accountable, someone that would. Oh, and another thing, someone that could, like I said, help me with my relationship with the Lord. A lot of different things. Yeah.
Good. Okay, so you've been in the mentoring program then for a little over 4 years?
Yes.
Wow. And you're still getting something out of it?
Oh, definitely. Oh, my life has changed. My life has really changed.
In what way?
Well, one thing I remember back, oh gosh, like 20 years ago, I was spending time with the Lord, and the Lord told me that He was going to use me to break generational curses. Now,
Wow.
at that time, I had no idea really what that meant. And I actually went to a couple people at my church. They just looked at me like I had two heads. So, um, so I remember mentioning that. I believe it might have been in my first session. And so that's one of the things that we worked on, like some generational stuff, um, some Freemasonry stuff. So that really, really helped me. I mean,
Wow.
it really, yeah. So, and that kind of, God reminded me of that. Like when I had my first session, this is the time. Like this is the time that I'm going to start breaking these generational curses.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Well, and the Masonic thing, that's a big one, isn't it, Jill? We do
Yeah.
a lot of renunciation with students and mentees, and we ask everybody about the Masonic because really anywhere on the globe anymore, that stuff is in your generational line. That's
Right.
because the enemy is so organized.
Yeah. That's right. And there's always somebody in the family that is a Mason or had been, you know, that you knew of your grandfather, or your, you know, down the line. And it really has a huge effect. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? I've heard. I mean, I know that all secret societies are occultic. The word occult actually means hidden, right? And so we know that they're occultic, and the enemy will use them in the darkness because they're secret, you know. But someone asked me a couple of days ago if Lions Club, Garden Club, that kind of thing was also involved with those things. Well, I started doing a some background research on the Lions Club, and it uses some of the same symbols.
Wow.
And of course, they're supposed to be philanthropic as well. And the Garden Club, I didn't go deep on the Garden Club, but you know, they say even the Scouts, Girl and Boy Scouts, that all of that, it ties into areas where the occult has basically access to you. It's just coming into agreement with any of that. It's just so prevalent. It's everywhere. So yeah, that's one of the first things that we do is go through renunciation on the Masonic, isn't it?
And fraternities and sororities too.
Yeah.
It's a big one.
Yeah.
It really is. And you don't understand when you join that stuff, what you're tying a knot with, what you're coming into agreement with. But it really does open a door for the enemy to play havoc in your life. And you know how a lot of families are very generationally, you know, there's this generational acumen to like bent toward, you know, I went to this university, I was in this sorority, and my children will also go to that university and be in that sorority or that fraternity. And it just gets passed down the generational line, and they have no idea what they're securing in the family line, what they're opening up.
Yeah.
And it all, interestingly, it also ties into a religious spirit. The law. There are lots of laws, right, with all the secret stuff. Can't tell anybody about this. Can't talk about the hazing. Can't talk about your initiations, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
It makes a mess. It makes a mess. Yeah. And we see those things as so benign, you know, like, oh, I need to have community somewhere, so I join a sorority. We have no idea what we're stepping into at times.
True.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess all of those guilds, go ahead, Jill.
Well, I was going to say they're so prevalent in, in each city too, because they're usually the founding fathers of they're the bulwark of the city. They keep things moving and rolling, and and it's usually always under the guise of something very good.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're right. It's like reminds me, but this ties so closely in with just the Masonic stuff. It's like those founding fathers are part of the cornerstones of the structure of the system or of the city and state, and then it goes nationally as well. But yeah, and it doesn't matter the size of the community, it's there.
Yeah.
It can be tiny, it's still there.
Yeah.
Which is so amazing, because it's just gotten to where it's everywhere. Like I said, though, the enemy is very organized in especially part of that, and part of those clubs are about being accepted, having a place, right? Being accepted and being embraced. And the church sometimes is not good at doing that, but the clubs are really good at doing that and drawing people in, wooing people in, inviting people in, and then they get tied into these areas where the enemy has access to their relationships, their finances, their spiritual life, everything in their lives, and they're completely clueless about it at times. They're really clueless. Yeah. Very interesting stuff. So, wow. So what else are you getting out of the mentoring? Eileen, have you sort of found a tribe?
That's right.
Even though you talk to me on the phone once a month, do you get to see people?
Well, I was going to say that when you were talking about how the Masonic try, what they do, but in a positive sense, I have found my tribe when I get to go to the mentoring retreats. I get to be around my tribe, and then I talk to people, maybe through polo or whatever. And so, like you guys,
you become friends.
Yes, and you guys really, really get me. Like you get me, and I could really be. I'm working on totally being myself when I'm not around you, or when I'm not, but you guys really, really get me. And so that's been the answer to prayer, because I've been praying for that. I was living a long time just going through the motions and in survival mode. And I was going to church, but that's another story. But like you really get me. You really understand me. And I don't know. I just love talking about the prophetic, and that's kind of who I am now. So
isn't it great to find a group of people who, number one, accept you for who you are and are like-minded and like-hearted?
Yep.
I mean, there's nothing better.
Yep.
It seems like we do sort of get the outcasts. We get people sometimes that have left the church or excommunicated from the church or whatever. We wind up with a lot of the outcasts. I think of King David before he was king, and he was, in the cave of Adullam, and he had all of these misfits. And we get those misfits, and then they turn into these full, beautiful, blossoming women or men, because I work with both. But it's amazing to watch. It's amazing to watch.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Here's another question. Do you feel like you have more freedom in your life since you started mentoring? That's a good question.
Oh, it is. Yes, I do. I mean, as I said, I'm still working on it with people that are not part of my tribe, but I'm getting to the point where I don't want to say that I don't care. I do care, but I'm getting bolder with being myself. So yes, I definitely have more freedom, and I have more freedom in my relationship with the Lord. like that's where I really have more freedom with my relationship with the Lord. And I just see him in everything, like talking to my plants and talking to the birds, and I just really, really see him. And I'm just like, I'm just going to be myself, because I was a lot of years not being myself. And I'm just like, I'm done with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So definitely.
Yeah, that religion can push you into that box, can't it, pretty easily? Yeah. Wow. So I was wondering, how does God personally talk to you? In what manner is it the most prevalent?
Probably through dreams. Dreams is probably the most prevalent. And well, that and like just a knowing in my spirit, like in my gut. But probably, yeah, those two are probably tied, that he talks to me. Those are the most prevalent. But he does talk to me in so many different ways. Like I could be watching a television show. I could be listening to a song, even a secular song, and he'll speak to me. But it's a matter of me. Yeah, it's a matter of me being more open. I guess he's shown me, he's always been talking to me. And he's even been showing me things in the past. Remember this, remember that. And I'm like, now I'm realizing that he's always been with me and he's always been talking to me. And I think we all, even though we're learning the prophetic, I think we all, like, sometimes we just don't want to do what the Lord tells us to do. Like, I think he is always talking to us.
Been there.
So he's shown me that, like, different times, that, like, I'm like, okay, is that Lord, is that you or is that not you? And God is like, right from wrong. I think most people do. So he's made me more aware of the times that he has been talking to me. Like he's been showing me, like I said, my past, and remember this and remember that. And I'm like, okay, Lord, you were talking to me. Like and it says learning how he speaks. That's what I learned a lot through mentoring, really, how he speaks. And being open. You got to, like you said, you can't put him in that box. You know what I mean? You got, I look like I expect him to speak to me now. I'm like, you're my father. Yeah. So I'm expecting you to speak to me. And that's where I think the freedom has come. Because I just tell God everything. He knows anyway. You know what I mean? So, that's what I learned.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So, go ahead, Jill. Did you have something?
No, I just was thinking that's a really biggie, because it's figuring out what your purpose is, and how you relate to him, and how you relate to other people, and what are you going to do with this purpose, So yeah, it's a big deal, and I think there's a lot of weight that comes off of you when you know what your purpose is. So yeah, that's
even if you don't know your full purpose, if you just have some direction, right, girls?
Right.
You get that direction, you're like, I am on the right path. Yes. I know that I am, and don't anybody get in my way.
Yep.
Yeah, that is what I'm feeling. I'm on the right path. I really am. And it's all about just loving people. It really, really is. We make it so complicated. And I just really, really try to love people and try to have them be seen. You know what I mean? And so, it's real. It's really.
And that's not something you really have to work at, though, Eileen, because that's part of who you are, not what you do. It's part of what he's put in you, right?
Yeah.
In the mentoring program, do you get any prophetic ministry? Do you get any prophetic words?
Oh, yes. Actually, not only, well, I've gotten a lot of prophetic words. Some have come to pass, some haven't yet. But the thing is, even just when I'm getting mentoring, just through conversation, God will answer things. I get a lot of confirmation. Like, it's not a matter of this someone telling me something or whatever. You mostly, especially now, it's a lot of confirmation, even to the point where sometimes my mentor will actually pray things just what I've just prayed to the Lord. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, you've been in, I'm like, get out of my head. You know what I mean?
It's not me, it's Jesus.
Right.
Mhm.
So yeah, a lot of things. There's a lot
And
of
you get a lot of confirmation in your dreams too. You are a dreamer
yes.
because you get on a call and you've got 5 or 6 dreams, and we go through dreams and
Mhm.
they all say the same thing. And I'm like, are you getting this?
Yeah, God has a way of getting his point across. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
And you've really learned how to interpret dreams over the
Yeah.
years.
Yeah,
You are very good at picking up, even on your own dreams.
Yeah. Well, I
And
think
that's something that everybody needs to know. I mean, everybody needs to be able to have some sort of understanding of what God is saying through their dreams if they're dreamers. Go ahead, Eileen.
no, I'm saying I think also you got to be willing to be honest with yourself.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I
Yeah.
think that has helped me a lot to interpret my dreams, because I'm like, okay, Lord, I know you're trying to tell me something. And a lot of my dreams have been like, not a lot, but some were like, even with my attitude, God will show me over and over, you know, you need to love, you don't need to act this way, you don't need to act that way. And so on. But you got to be honest with yourself, and you got to be willing to let the Lord humble you. And you got to be willing to just know that it's not all about you, it's about him.
Yeah.
And
I've heard all those statements before.
Yeah. Well.
yeah.
Mm.
So and you don't get away, I don't get away with things like I used to. Not at all.
Hmm.
So,
And is your mentor honest with you?
extremely honest.
But in a kind way, or is she mean and ugly?
Oh no, in a kind way. I mean, it's times I've gotten a little pissed off.
Yeah. I think everybody does at some point.
And I've gotten triggered. You know what I mean?
You got
And,
your feelings hurt.
I've got my feelings hurt, but it's okay, because the Lord, it's all for redemptive purposes all the time. You know what I mean? And God is always like this, trying to heal me, like we all still being healed, you know, different fragments and whatever. So yeah, I mean, I'm thankful because at least I have someone like I said, I want to be whole. You know, I want to be everything that God wants me to be. I want to fulfill my true destiny and my calling. So I'm really thankful, because as I said at the beginning, I want someone to make me accountable. I've always wanted that, but also to not to condemn me, but to love me through it. And,
So do you feel loved? Do you feel
yes,
loved?
I feel very
Because we love you.
I really do. And yeah, I mean, I look forward to, you know, the retreats. I revolve my life around what, you know, because I know that every time I go to a mentoring retreat, it's like I get so much out of it. It's like I transition. So I look forward to it. And then I bring that back, you know, to where I am. So yeah, mentoring has done so much for me. And yeah, I've tried to get out of things. I've tried to leave my job before, you know, before it was time. But God knows, like the main thing that I'm realizing that God wants to do is to build my character. That's more important. He's not worried about time.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, like I've accepted that. You know, I still make a little upset every now and then, but I've kind of accepted it, you know.
You handle it really well, Eileen. Just saying. So what happens at the retreats?
Well, we have activations. We work
What kind
on
of activations?
well, we work on prophesying to each other.
Oh, wow.
And well, we have activation gifts that we give each other, and God will use those gifts to, like, part of who we are is distributed to the person that gets the gifts. And it's just amazing because it's always like how can I put it? Like everything connects. Like the one time we had
Gotcha.
sand and, you know what I mean, glass, and it's just really amazing. And it's just something, because even like this necklace I have on now that Jill gave me,
Yeah.
this was perfect, you know what I mean? And so we learn how to hear God's voice, and then we connect with each other, you know what I mean? It's kind of hard to put into words.
It's beautiful. I
it
know. I
really-
have trouble explaining it too. Jill, what do you think about the retreats?
Oh, they're
And you
just,
taught, and you taught at the last mentoring retreat, which was really good.
oh, yeah, we're stepping up a little bit. But yeah, it's really good because the activations do set you in motion. You can learn things through books and lessons and things like that, but until you experience that, there's just no comparison at all. Because then you're totally relying on the Lord for one thing, and it comes spontaneous from the heart, you know, that it's his heart that's speaking. And so it really touches all the clients there and all the members.
Yeah, it touches
not-
all of us, all the
It
directors.
does. And we are absolutely thrilled when we see them stepping up and giving those prophetic words or those written words or
Yeah.
whatever we're doing. Even the jewelry is fun because there's a message in each thing that we do, and it's just like a special love letter to that recipient from the Lord. And boy, you get so blessed when you hear, you know, what the Lord is saying to you through them. And
No
it's really
kidding.
special. Yeah.
And you know, the word says that we refine our discernment by reason of use. Well, if we refine our discernment, we also refine all of our gifts. So to get to practice your gifts, that's a very big thing, because a lot of times, you know, traditional or organized religion will teach about those gifts, but as Jill said, you never actually get activated to operate in those gifts. So even if you were trying to use it out in the world, it would just be more difficult for you because you haven't practiced and gotten good at it. And so the retreats for us, I think, are a lot of practice, and that's the fun part. It's like Jill was saying, seeing people step up to the plate, and we all do it. And that's beautiful. And like Eileen was saying earlier, everything seems to tie together. It's like God just knits things together and he builds this tapestry. And until like the last day of the retreat, you don't know what's going on. And then you realize everything is tying in just like he said. You know, it's like he brings everything together and it all turns out this beautiful picture, this beautiful painting, or this beautiful tapestry. And yeah, I have had so many people. We've had so many people over the years, Jill, haven't we, that said after we talked to them after the retreat, it's like that it shifted everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It shifted everything.
Yeah, and also, you know, the dreams, we process dreams in the morning, and that sets the day, that sets direction, and it also it gives us strategy for what's going on that the Lord might want to be talking about while we're there. So the dreams are extremely important, and Eileen has lots of dreams, so that gives us a lot to work with. And there's others too that dream, but it's very exciting.
And it's there's no other place where you can show up and have a group of people, like-minded people, who just sit around and drink coffee and work through your dreams with you for 2 or 3 hours in the morning. And like you said, Jill, we get the direction for the rest of the retreat. We get strategy. We get what we're supposed to be praying into. What are we supposed to be doing next? What does all that look like? And it all comes through dreams. And a lot of times those dreams in the retreats, they carry over into months of what we need to be doing. And we've started to really track all of that information because there's so much there, and it is so important. It's so impactful because it drives our direction. That strategy drives our direction.
Yeah.
And it's such a safe place. Like it's just a really, really safe place. And even sometimes, like, you may have us praying for the location we're at.
Yeah.
You know, that may be part of it. So
sometimes there's an assignment in a retreat, isn't there, Eileen?
Right. Yep. Like the very first retreat I went to in Jefferson.
Oh, really? In Jefferson, Texas?
Yeah, that was a.
Oh, that was in a big house.
That was an assignment for sure.
Oh, tell us about that retreat. Let's talk about that retreat.
Well, that was my very first retreat that I went to. Oh wow. How many? I think there were 10 of us total. 10
or 12. It was quite a few.
Yeah, it was a lot of us. And I don't know. It was a lot of fun, obviously, but we had a lot of dreams. We had a lot of things going on at the house we were in. And getting back to how God uses us, like I like the Flintstones. That's something I grew up on. And I had dreams about the Flintstones. Like God will use everything. He will use everything. So that treat was really, really amazing. I don't know how to put it into words, but it was really good.
Well, you're right, though. The Lord had us do some land cleansing there, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
And he had us get our feet out on the land.
Yeah. That was really good.
That was a very good retreat. And we have teaching sessions and other things, but the activations are really our that's the most fun. We love all of the activations. And we do a retreat sometimes out in Louisiana, out at Caddo Lake. Mm-hmm. That's a good retreat too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where we rent a house that's right on the lake.
Yeah, that's really neat. Yeah, to walk out on the dock and, be right out on the water. And it's just a whole different environment. Louisiana is so different from Idaho.
And Pennsylvania too.
Yeah. So it's really unique with the cypress coming up through the water, those trees living in the water. And yeah, it's just a whole different feeling.
It's a great picture, though, of the body of Christ, isn't it? Where we have roots, but our resource, our power actually comes from the water that we live in, the Spirit, the water of the Spirit. And I love the way God speaks in, like you were saying, Eileen, everything. And if you are full of anticipation and expectation, you can see all those things around you. And that being in a very serene place where there aren't other people around at the Caddo Lake location, that's great because it's so quiet out there. It's so nice. And we have these moments where we can do some grounding. We take our shoes off, we do some grounding, get our feet on the land, pray over all of that stuff. And there's just a lot. It's hard to describe to someone when they say, what do you do on the retreats? It's always hard to tell them all of the activation and all of what happens. There's a lot of healing that comes out of there. There are a lot of things that happen that are just it's the hand of God. It is the hand of God. And when he brings people together in community, and it's fun the first time when you get there because you're just meeting everybody for the first time, right? But others come every year to 1 or 2 retreats, and they know each other. And like you said, Eileen, look forward to coming together every year. Eileen is always the first one to ask at the end of the retreat, what are the dates of the next retreat? She wants it on her calendar.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's awesome too because we all come from different parts of the country. So we bring that with us too.
And some from outside the country.
Yep. So that's amazing. Yeah. I was just thinking also God has given me a plan for my life, like purpose. Because I've been, and I could say I've been getting like stepping into it more and more because I've always been like, I need something to be passionate about. And so that's what I've learned through mentoring and a prophetic, and like God has a plan for my life, and he's been showing me specifically what that plan is, and he's been having me declare things, like to declare, because I always was like, just pray, but I've been learning, no, I have to declare. If I believe that he's done it already, then I need to just declare.
Very good.
So that's what I've been learning, and it's nice to know that, and to know that prophecy is for everyone. Like that was a thing that I didn't know. Like I always thought it was only for the Kenneth Hagins, and I didn't realize that it was for everyone. So that God revealed that to me. No, it's for everyone. And if you want it, he'll give it to you. Just like dreams. Although some people just may not dream. They may hear God through other ways. But if you are dreaming, no matter how silly it is, you need to write it down. You can't say, oh, that's just, a pizza dream. You know how many times I hear that? I'm like, no, write down the dream. You know what I mean? I've been trying to get people that I work with to write their dreams down and take it serious. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
So, Eileen, do you feel like you've grown through the mentoring with the Lord and as just a person? Do you feel like you've had a lot of growth?
Yes, I think I've grown in leaps and bounds. I really have. And the thing is, I've changed a lot. Like I'm getting to know who I truly am, because I had a lot of baggage on me, a lot of things. And now I'm like, oh, this is who Eileen is. You know what I mean? Also learn to love myself more, because I know that the Lord loves me. So
that's a biggie. That's a biggie. And you're really, as we've watched you, Jill and I and Darla, we've all watched you grow really by leaps and bounds, like you said, and you're moving into more of a leadership role now.
Yeah.
The Lord is giving you influence. He is doing that.
Yeah, he is. I fought it for a long time, but now I'm like, whatever.
But it's not about you, right?
Yeah,
No.
right. That's right. Yeah.
Get over yourself.
I used to want to be in the background, but yeah, like you said, you have to get over yourself. And you got to be willing. And it's a challenge too, though. Like, I think people got to realize that it's not all easy, but the Lord is with you, and it's so worth it. Like I said, I really, really have a purpose now, and that's what I want. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, it's a reason why you have me here, Lord. And I just look at life differently. Like, things just don't matter to me. I grew up very materialistic, and the things, they don't do anything for me anymore, and they really don't matter. You know what I mean? So I just really want to please the Lord. You know what I mean? And being in relationship with him. That's the biggest thing. It's not just you gotta have that personal relationship with him, and just be honest with him, and sit before him and spend time with him. And so, yeah.
And it's like you said, it's all about relationship, and there are challenges, as you said, but that perseverance is one of the things that God wants to build in us, especially as a prophetic people, because you're going to experience persecution, misunderstanding. You're going to have those experiences with the world because they don't understand what it is that you're called to or what it is that you're doing. And they think that you have joined a cult or you've done something, you're doing crazy things, right? And there is the challenge, but there is a radical obedience. And if you can stay obedient in the challenging things, then it's so good. It's so good, Eileen. You have learned to say yes. Jill is a champion at that. We will ask her to do something that's way off her grid, and she'll look at me like a deer in headlights, and her mouth will say, yes. He has learned that to get the rewards, you have to say yes and you have to press through with the Lord. And that's what you were talking about. The really good rewards come with pressing in and with running into your fear and saying, you can't stop me, just running into it. And then it's like a balloon. It just sort of depletes and falls down, right? But we're so afraid to run that direction in the beginning. We're all like little mice, right? And God is really raising up a prophetic people who know who they are in the kingdom and what we're called to. And like you said earlier, you know, the prayer is wonderful. Prayer is conversation with the Lord. We always want to be having conversing with the Lord. Yes, absolutely. But there also comes a time in your maturity where he wants you to stop begging for things, which is sometimes what we do, and start realizing he has already accomplished that for us. And all we have to do is thank him for it and declare it release the frequency to declare it into the atmosphere and then continue to thank him for it. Because he does not lie. He is not a liar. He is not going to abandon you. He's not going to lie to you. He's not going to gaslight you. He's not going to act like anyone else that's been over you in any area of control or leadership. He is true and honest and pure. And when he says he has a good plan for you, it's what you were talking about. Jeremiah 29:11. It's not going to be a plan that's going to bring sorrow. It may be a challenge, but it's not going to bring sorrow. It's going to be a good plan. And it's going to be more than you can ever think or imagine. I'm like, yes, Lord. Okay. I'm in that place right now where we're doing some things. Oh, we got another question. Where we're doing some things that are changing. We're changing some platforms. We're changing some software and some apps and programs. And it feels like a lot. And we're having to learn new things, aren't we, Jill? It's like, okay. And so it's a matter of you've got to stay there long enough to get adept at something. I think it was, I don't remember now who said it. Oh, I think it was maybe Justin Abraham. One time I was listening to him and he said, I would rather be a novice at something new than to be an expert at something old. We've got to move into the new things, right?
Yeah.
Is there a difference in mentoring with melody rather than traditional therapy or counseling?
Yes, there is. Oh my goodness.
Both of you answer that question.
I've had traditional counseling. I've had Christian counseling, but now what I'm getting is prophetic counseling. And it is such a difference. Oh my goodness. I mean, when I had the Christian counseling, that was just, it just wasn't good. I think the counsel was under Jezebel's spirit, to be honest. I just
dear.
gonna make it honest. And so that I just got depressed from the counseling. I mean, and the traditional counseling, you know, they just mostly listened to me and didn't really give me any direction. But counseling with Melody has brought me closer to the Lord. Like it's all about mentoring with Melody is all about directing me to the Lord. Like through mentoring, I've been taught how to go to the Lord for myself, not to lean on her, but to go strictly to the Lord. And it's all about even this is what I hear all the time. Well, what the Holy Spirit tell you. Ask Holy Spirit, ask Holy Spirit. And even, you know what I mean? So that's been a big difference, a big difference. And I think that's the problem. That's the thing, like, I think that's hard for some people because people have had counseling that have misled them. So they get nervous to go into, they're like, oh, I already had counseling. But the thing is, I really prayed. I prayed for a mentor. You know, I prayed many years for a mentor. And God actually, another thing, God gave me a dream, and I had that dream interpreted by someone else on YouTube. And they told me someone was going to come alongside me to help me. And 2 months later, I had a mentor, and I knew it because God had already told me. He said, this is your mentor. Like he already. So, but the thing is, you got to be open and you got to keep going to the Lord. And it's okay, especially at the beginning, it's okay to question him. Like, God, give me confirmation. Okay, well, give me another. I just want to be sure. He's okay with that. You know what I mean? So it's not a big difference. You have no idea. I had to have some things undone. I don't even know if Melody realized it or not, but God has undone some of my thinking, wrong thinking, through me getting mentoring. Like he's undone. And like I said, a lot of times when I'm mentored, God is just speaking to me just through conversation. I just don't always, I may not always tell you, Melody, but a lot of times God has just been mentoring me through mentoring, if that makes any sense. It's not specific to a prophecy or a dream, but there's things that we're talking about. God is like healing me as we're talking. And he's like good. I said, yeah, he's just been direct. It's all about, I've been directed to have a close relationship with the Lord, to rely on him, not a person. So yeah, it's a big
That is so good to hear, because you know that's my heart. That's our heart.
Yeah. Really, yeah. So, and I'm always so thankful. So I'm always thanking the Lord. I'm so thankful, Lord. You know what I mean? Because I do remember, not to remember to be sad about it, but you got to know where God has brought you. Like I write in my journal what I thank God for things, and I write in my journal different things I've gone through, and God will bring me back. Remember this? Like as far as where I live now, that was prophesied. That was a dream that was interpreted, and God told me that I was going to be moving, and he told me to start packing. That's what I did. I started packing. Probably in the first week or two, I had like 75% of my stuff packed. He also told me through the interpretation of the dream that I would be moving in late August, late summer, and I moved like mid-August. So like he also worked with me through like timing. Like this time when I moved, he told me to move July 1st. He wanted it on July 1st. And so those things are important. Like we got to listen to him. Timing is very important. And I stepped right in. It's like I transitioned because I obeyed him. And you got to learn to not listen to what other people are telling you. That's been the thing I've been working on, because people, they don't mean any harm, but you got to learn to listen to the Lord, because timing is very important.
Right. And you're talking about like family and friends. Right. The Lord will tell you to do something. You'll get a prophecy and you're like, okay, this is what I need to do. But then other people are like, why would you do that? Or why would you go that direction? Or why would you move in that timing? And yeah, you have to hold on. Yeah. Right, Jill?
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, when the door closes, you better be ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah. And boy, isn't he specific sometimes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sometimes you don't need a lot of, like when we moved, you don't need to go to 5 different places. Sometimes he'll just direct you to the one. And that's what he did when we moved. He opened the door. The apartment we went to hadn't even been advertised yet. And the person's like, oh my goodness, we haven't even advertised it yet. So God just led us right to that place. You know what I mean? So, but you got to be willing. You got to be willing to step out in faith. And yes, sometimes you may make a mistake, but he'll make he'll make the wrong right. He'll correct that. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely. And you just reminded me, Eileen, I had a dream years ago where I was looking for a job, and I had a dream that I had this specific job, and it was something I had never done before, but I knew I could do it. But the Lord gave me a dream and said, go here, tell them this. And in the dream, I got the job. So the next morning, I don't know any better. I get up, I get dressed in the same dress that was in my dream, which was in my closet. And I go and I walk in, and they had not advertised. They had not even settled on, because they were creating a position. Well, I got that position, but nobody else even knew about it.
Yeah, that's so cool. I had that situation too, where my job closed out, and that very same day I thought, well, what am I going to do? My age. And so I went to the school and I asked if they had an opening, and they said, well, we were just thinking about creating a position, and
wow,
the district had been throwing that idea around. And so anyway, it was created for me. So that was pretty cool.
He is so good. And you're his favorite, Jill. You're his favorite, Eileen. And I'm his favorite.
Yeah.
Don't
And
you love that? Sorry, go ahead, Eileen.
I was just saying, sometimes you have to keep those things to yourself. You can't always share. That's the thing I've learned too. Like I was like, not that this is such a secret, but you gotta wait, you know what I mean? Because people will try to steer you wrong. Like I said, may not mean to, but sometimes you just gotta keep that in your heart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And wait until it, it manifests, and then you could, share it.
Yes, ma'am. That's wisdom speaking right there.
Yep.
Keep it close to your chest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we don't always all want to wind up in the pit like Joseph did. We know that was part of the plan, but if we can get there an easier way, that's good too.
Right.
Preferably.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I know that it's such a joy mentoring, and it's such a joy. It's a joy being a director, isn't it, Jill? And getting
Yes, it is.
Into and love on all these people. It's huge.
It does something to your heart. I mean, you're never the same. Yeah, it really does. Yeah. It's just like, there's something that you want to give, and that's part of the love that you're giving is directing or mentoring or helping somebody. Yeah.
Helping them grow. Yeah. Yeah. I can't think of a better job.
Nope.
I think we've got the best jobs.
I think so.
And God's taking everyone in their timing, in his timing. He's getting everybody where they need to be. He's preparing. He prepares, and he builds that character, doesn't he, Eileen? In the process. We've been talking a lot about process, and there's a lot of process to go through. But if you don't go through that, you're not really ready for what's on the other side.
You got to learn to live in the moment. That's what I've been working on too, because before everything was like, oh, when is this going to happen? When is that going to happen? And I've been learning to enjoy
you were definitely asking those questions. I was like, I don't know.
But just trying to enjoy where I am. I say that all the time. Today I choose to be happy with where I am and what I have. Like I say that every day now, and it really has made a difference. All about your mindset.
Praise
It
God.
really-
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because the Lord's always working and he's always getting us ready for a next stage in life. And if we spend all of our time looking into the future instead of enjoying and being present to the moment, we miss the journey. And the destination is not a destination. Your destiny is the journey.
Yeah.
Will somebody read that question? Because I'm having trouble seeing around my camera.
What's something that you look forward to in mentoring?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Well, I look forward to every session.
Yeah.
and yeah, I look forward to every session because I know God's gonna show up. I expect him to, and he does. And it's not always the way I expect though. Like sometimes I'm like, oh, it's gonna, and I'm like, I'm surprised, you know what I mean? But it's always what I need. It really is. Whether it is, and sometimes it is a conviction. Like I said, sometimes I don't realize until he'll show me, and I'm like, like I may not realize that I need to work on something, and maybe in my character, until he'll interpret a dream, or until, like I said, it maybe something will be prophesied over me. And even if I don't see it right away in mentoring, I will, because I always question myself after I had a mentoring session. If I don't get it then, I say, okay, Lord, what was that all about? What were you, because I'm always like this looking inside. I'm like, why did you say that? Or why did I feel this way? You know what I mean? Because I might get like a trigger and I might not even say I had the trigger, but then I get off the phone and I'm like, why am I so emotional? And so, and he'll tell me, like yeah. But that is, I look forward to it because I know he's going to grow me, or he's going to show me something, or he's going to direct me, or tell me I may need to visit people that I don't want to visit.
And then you call Melody. Melody, I think God is saying such. What do you think? Well, I think he's saying that. That's probably what he's saying.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah. So,
and we record all of those sessions. Do you ever re-listen to any of those sessions later?
Oh yeah, I've listened to a lot of them over and over, a lot, and even some I've written down. I said I was going to go back because of the fact that I've seen some of them already answered, so that this builds my faith. You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, and like it's not only the way I think it's going to be. You know what I mean? It's just really amazing because even when I was living with my daughter and then we didn't live together, you had prophesied that I was going to not be living with her. You said it's going to be a landing. And I remember you saying, oh, am I going to be far away? And you were like, well, and I was like, and you said, what did you tell me? Don't get your panties in a wad. So what happened was, where I am now is what you prophesied, and you said it's going to be good, and I remember everything, but God has reminded me of that. Remember that prophecy? And so I do write them down. I do look them back. That's the vision. You got to keep the vision before you. You know what I mean? And so that's what makes a difference. So like I said, I have things to look forward to. And like I said, back to accountability. I think we all need someone to be accountable to. And it's good. We speak actually into each other's lives. Because I think I speak into your life too, even though you're my mentor. You know what I mean? And God will maybe even give me a dream about you
But that's the way it works, isn't it? Mm-hmm. It's never a one-way street. Ministry always works both ways if it's free and it's flowing.
Right.
And you pray for me. You pray for me. You pray for us. You pray for the team. You pray for our trips, which we are so grateful for. That's huge. That prophetic intercession is huge. Sorry, Eileen, I interrupted you, but that is just one of the things we love about you.
Well, that's something God has called me to. I knew that the first, it's so funny because even the very first session is things that you was prophesying about me having people around me and they're going to be friends and it's like lifelong friends and like family. And I
Oh,
knew the first session it was going to be you and your family in the tribe. I
wow.
knew it. I told Kirsten that. I said, I don't know how I know. I said, I'm going to wind up being close to them. I just know it. You know what I mean? I don't know, because even the first day I felt it's like you just have that kindred spirit. Like you don't
Mm.
have to be, I just felt it. You know what I mean? And so that's why I said God had been telling me that He has been speaking to me, but sometimes it gets shut down because I didn't have the right
Wow.
people in my life that were speaking into me or whatever. Like I said, religion, it just shut it down. But it
Mm.
was there. You know what I mean? So that's the thing that really I'm just so thankful for, because I've been searching a long time, like a long time, for a tribe or people, like I said, people that uh, understood me and that led me to the Lord and that we could just talk about the Lord. And um, I don't know. I can't really say enough how blessed I feel and how I know that I'm where God wants me. Like I just know without a doubt, I'm around the people He wants me with. I'm exactly where He wants me at this moment, and I'm just thankful. I'm thankful. So
I think we agree. And Jill, isn't it interesting the way in the retreats, the way the Lord he really knits us together in those moments where there's not somebody that's standing behind a podium talking the whole time, and
Oh,
it's not
yeah.
like that. We're very interactive, and we even take care of the kitchen together. Well, sometimes I
mhm.
do, sometimes I don't, but everybody gets to serve together, and there's a beauty in that.
There really is. And he also puts us together with certain people for maybe it's just a season or just for that retreat. And yeah, there's a bonding that really happens and you become family and the family keeps growing. It's not something that you're stagnant or you have the same people around all the time. You don't. You're always branching out and you're always well, I think your heart grows too, so you have a capacity for more, more
Mm.
people
Oh, that's
and
so good.
more to give. So yeah.
That's so
So
good. And you're
mhm.
right. There's sort of, if you're apostolic in nature, we're definitely prophetic, but we're also very apostolic. And the apostolic is going to train and equip and raise people up and help them mature. And then they're also going to release them. Like it's a
Mhm.
catch and release. Like, right? We're not going to keep you forever.
Yeah.
We
Mhm.
will release you, but our hands are still on your back and we're still, we're there if we're needed, but we can't continue to hold on to people once they mature and they come into a place of leadership and they then you put them to work, right? You put them to
Mhm.
work where they need to be, and then they branch out. New babies come in, and the coaches and other people, they eventually branch out if that's where God's taken them.
Yeah.
You disciple us so then we could disciple others,
Yeah, exactly.
and that's just what. Yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah, and those retreats, those it's fun to talk about those because they are super intimate, aren't they?
Mm.
I mean, you have a roommate, and I mean, we're all up in each other's
Mhm.
face, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they're very intimate. You can't really hide anything there. The Lord's going to bring it up. It's going to come up.
Yep.
Mhm.
And if you
And we're
get
all
triggered, right, it's a trigger, but it's going to get dealt with in love, not dealt with, but it's going to get uh, the Lord will address the issue, but in love. And it's just, I think it's so calming to know I can make a boo boo or I can be nasty, and 5 minutes later, everybody still loves me again, and the best for me rather than wanting to spank me.
Yeah.
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 Mm.
Yeah.
That's
awesome.
a big deal, I think.
Yeah, it
And
is.
that's why, the retreats have to stay small. There's only room
Mhm.
for, a certain amount of people. So
Yeah.
that's a big deal. So I'm glad that God takes care of all of that. Well, I've had so much fun
It's been
talking
really
with
good.
you gals. Oh my goodness.
Me too.
My girls, my peeps. Have you had a good time, Eileen? You were so nervous. You did
Yeah, I
a great
was.
job.
But I really, yeah,
You
I
didn't look
enjoyed it.
nervous at all.
You did really good.
It's really easy to talk about the Lord, though. Like,
Isn't it?
yeah,
Mhm.
it
And
is.
especially with your tribe, when you're
Right.
with family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Wow. Well, we just appreciate you guys for being here. I appreciate Jill and Eileen, and they'll be back with us again one day. Jill's usually with me every week, but our favorite moderator, Michael, is on the backside. Thank you, Michael.
Yes,
We
thank
love
you.
you so
thank you.
much. She's waving. She's waving. And we will talk to you guys next week. But we look forward to it. Please like, subscribe, and share if you're so inclined. And we'll talk to you soon. And leave a comment.
See you.